morning students, myself Dr. Shirisha, Associate Professor from CSE Department, MLR Institute of Technology. In this session, we are going to discuss about AngularJS forms. If you remember in the previous sessions, in the first unit, we have discussed about HTML forms. So, we are linking or we are using the same forms in the AngularJS also, but syntactically they may differ. So, different input controls, form is nothing but giving the input from the user and storing the data into the database. So, here different input controls, how to give the text input, how to give the number input, or how to give the extra special characters, okay, or escape sequences like that, and example applications, okay. Forms in AngularJS provides data binding. So, without data binding, we can't develop any application. So, we need binding. So, data binding and validation of input control. Suppose if you are giving the input as phone number and in your input box, if you are giving the name, so it is not valid. For phone number, the input should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means numbering. So, this is valid. That means what? Whether the input is correct or not, checking that is nothing but doing validation. So, this is validation of the input control. It provides what? Form will do data binding and validation. Input control provides data binding by using the ng model directive. Ng model directive, it provides what? Data binding. Whatever the data you are giving in the form, that should get binded and it should be taken. According to the requirement, it may store in the data or it may store in the database or it may print in the application. So, what is the syntax for this input? So, input type is a type equals to text and ng model. In forms or in HTML also we have used this input tag with the type and we have given name and all. So, here we are using ng model for binding purpose. So, what is the name? First name we are giving. There we used to give name is equals to name attribute we used to use. Name equals to first name we used to give. But here this name is replaced with what? Ng model. Input controls. So, there are set of input controls, input elements, select elements, button elements. Input elements where you give the input in the text box, select elements where you have to give this up arrow and down arrow. Okay. So, based on this you may select up and down, select elements, button elements. So, this is the button elements like click. So, this is the button. So, this is what? The first one is nothing but the input box. So, text or number or anything, okay, and this is what? Selection, okay, among the list. Suppose if you are having say qualification, MTech, okay, BTech. So, like that from set of elements if you want to select one, then you will have to use the select elements, and this is a button where it is clicked to perform some action. So, input element. So, div ng app, we are giving the app name and in the form we are giving first name, input file name, then model. Ng model is the attribute that we are going to give for the input tag. So, what is that? First name. So, you entered first name, just whatever the model you have printing, you are giving here, that is using the bind. So, it is getting binded. This is the expression. And in this expression, what are the first name you have given? That is given here in the first name. What is this first name? Whatever the input you are going to give. So, the output will be first name, some text and input. That input will be printed here. Okay. Let us see this. Okay. So, here I have taken same AngularJS link we have taken and div ng app, first name, input type as text we have taken, model name we have taken. Okay. So, what we are going to enter, that will be displayed. So, what you are going to enter here? That is going to get displayed. So, this is the use of your ng model and input type. So this is the format that we are going to use, input type. Okay. Then we move to the next input control with another example. So this is where we are giving the HTML with the script tag. So script part we have given here. Then ng app, then form, check to show a header. Okay. Input type equals to checkbox. Checkbox means whether you are checking and uncheck. Okay. Selecting or unselect, like that. So input type equals to checkbox, ng model, myvar. And here h1 ng show. What is this show? Show means whether to display or disable. Okay. Ng show, myvar, my header. So here let us give this. Let us see the output of this. Whatever the checkbox you are giving, whether you are selecting it or not, and printing it. See here. Check to show a header. If you are checking it, this is a checkbox. If you are uncheck, it is not getting displayed. If you check this, it is getting displayed, my header. So how you have given this, my header? So ng show is binded with your ng model, myvar. So the name that you have given for ng model is also given to ng show, so that these two are getting binded. So whenever your checkbox is getting clicked, then my header is displayed. When it is not checked, my header is not shown. See again. Okay. So that is about ng show. Then moving further with the another input control, which is radio. So like how we have given ng type is equals to checkbox, we are giving here radio. Radio means what? Radio buttons. So among set of options, whatever you are selecting, this is a radio button. Whatever you are selecting, only you can select one among n. So here in the form you are giving input type equals to text, we have seen, type equals to number, we have seen, type equal to checkbox, we have seen. This is type equal to radio. ng model, some values you have given and text to be displayed. This is the text that will be displayed in the HTML page. These are the values that are indicating these values. Okay. So once a form is given, here ng switch is there. Switch is given as myvar. ng switch when dogs, so print dogs and welcome to the world of dogs. Suppose ng switch when tutes means, that is what? Here you have given the values dogs, tutorials, toots and cars. So these three are values. That means here when these are clicked, when means when this radio button dogs is clicked. Okay. So ng switch is given here myvar, and where you are using this ng switch when it is selecting the radio button. So learn from example. Suppose toots is selected, these two will get printed. Suppose cars is selected, these two will get printed. If dogs is selected, these two will get printed. Okay, let us show you. Let me show you this example also. So if you see here where we have given ng switch as myvar, what is this myvar? So if you see here ng model is myvar. So this model is switching from one variable to other variable. How many radio buttons you are giving, that many radio button values or ng model name should be given as unique name myvar. That means radio button is a set. So that to that particular set we are giving as a myvar, name as a myvar. So that is ng model. So this is binding with ng switch, switching between the radio buttons. Suppose one radio button is selected, the other will be disabled. Okay. So let me see. Okay. So this is first dogs. This is the heading that you have given. This is a paragraph. And if you see, if I click tutorials, dogs will be disabled and tutorials will be showed. So this is what switching. So you are switching from docs to tutorial, but these are all connected to MyWare only. What is MyWare? MyWare is a model name. So this is a tutorial which is heading, and this is the paragraph for tutorials. And if I switch to cars, again this is changed. Okay, how this change is happening here? This change has happened because we are switching from one to other radio button. So how you are getting the radio button? Input type equals to, you have to give it as radio. Okay, then next example, we'll move with options. This is a select. Okay, select tag. Like we will have a select tag followed by the option tag in HTML. The same we are going to use here also. So ng app, this is AngloGeo's link in the script tag, and ng app. In the form, I am going to give selected topic as a text. After that, I want a select box. So select box can be retrieved. Select box can be displayed there using this select tag. ng model, something we are giving, and options, we are giving three different options. First one, it should be empty. After selection, it should display the content. So first one will be empty. You will be having dogs, toots, cars. Suppose if you are giving dogs, so the dogs will be selected here. So that is how this select will work. Now once form is given, you have to write a switch here. Switch MyWare and switch when dogs same. Dogs, toots and cars. We are giving the respective statements there to print. Okay. Let me show you how switch also, how your select also will work. Let me execute this. Selected topic. What is the selected topic? The text that we have given before the selection box, means selected tag. In the selected tag, we have given first one empty followed by 3. So first is empty, so initially it is empty. Then dogs, if you select, it's respective, means we are switching, right? So that switch will consider the input MyWare, whatever you are selecting. So that ng model is binding the content that you have selected, and it is going to print the respective heading and respective text or paragraph. So if I select cars, this is the context. Okay. Then next one will be button, ng click. So ng click is like how a button will activate, like how a button will work. So in that way, this ng click will work. So we have given the same title and script with your AngloGeo's link and ng body. How you are getting this link is from the online sources. ng app, my app, ng controller, my controller. So body, ng app, my app we have given, and ng controller we have given here as a this one. No need of this tag. H1 we have given some heading, and button, ng click, this is the attribute we are going to give for button tag. ng click is what? Name. We are giving some function, say hello. So when button is clicked, okay, say hello. When click me is clicked, say hello will activate. What is say hello? So if you see here, say hello is nothing but a function. What it does? It is printing the particular text, greeting. So initially it is empty, but when a button is clicked, it is going to print something. So for this we need a module, and module is my app, because ng app we have given as my app. So this has to be given as a module name also. Then array, as this is a new module, we are giving an empty array and put it in the app controller, my controller, function of scope, scope dot greeting. This is empty, scope dot say hello function, and what is that? AngloGeo's. Okay. So let me show. Okay, so just click me, you are getting the statement. Okay, this is how ng click will work. When a button is clicked, some action will get performed. Okay, so in this session we have discussed about so many built-in directives and form controls. So different input controls to form a tag along with the example applications. So we have seen click, we have seen radio buttons, we have seen check boxes, and also we have seen input type is equals to number and all, okay, input tags. Then select also we have seen. Okay, for click we have clicked ng click, ng radio, ng checkbox, input type and select tag. Okay. So, where ng model, ng app and ng controller, these are also the directives which supports this form input controls in AngularJS. Thank you all, hope you all understood.